Okay, good morning, holy chevra. Unfortunately, as you know, I will not be here for the rest of this week. I miss you guys already, and I'm sure you are going to only continue to move forward with kedusha, with meaningfulness, and take advantage of this learning opportunity. We are starting a brand new section about Rosh Chodesh. If you remember from our Mishnah talked about that on Rosh Chodesh we lane four aliyot. And our Gemara is going to try to figure out, well, what exactly or how exactly do we divide the section of Rosh Chodesh in the Torah into four aliyot? It actually becomes a bit of a puzzle. So for those of you who like logical word problems or are into kind of figuring things out mathematically, so this is going to be a sugya that you really enjoy. There's a lot of logic involved. Let's very quickly look at the packet you have in front of you. You should have a sheet like this. This sheet shows you the psukim that we read on Rosh Chodesh, starting with pasuk Aleph, Vayidaber Hashem el Moshe lemor, and it goes until pasuk Tetvav. It's 15 psukim, which ends with the words Ye'aseh v'nisko. So we have to divide these 15 psukim into four aliyot, which doesn't sound crazy, meaning why that should be very easy. Well, it's not very easy. And in this introductory video, I just want to introduce to you three rules when it comes to dividing aliyot. There are three principles or three rules that you have to follow. So I'm going to show you the three rules. And then on this sheet that you have in front of you, you're going to try to figure out how to divide the aliyot, to divide these 15 psukim into four sections or four aliyot. But these are the three rules. These are the three rules that you have to follow. Okay? Rule number one, roll the tape, is, and I'll highlight it, each aliyah needs to be at least 3 psukim long. So as you're dividing your section, you cannot have an aliyah that's only 2 psukim or 1 pasuk. It's got to be at least, we'll bold that word, 3 psukim long. That's rule number one. Rule number two, we'll get a different color for this. Rule number two, at the end of a section, you must not leave out 1 to 2 psukim. So let me give you an example what that means. Each of these, even in the Chumash, there are spaces in the Torah. Those spaces, which are here represented by a pei, the letter pei, is a different section. If you're going to divide an aliyah, wherever you divide it, there can't be 1 or 2 psukim left before the end of that section. So for example, if you decided, hey, my first aliyah is going to be from pasuk Aleph through pasuk Vav, we'll make a break right there. So again, in your notes, you'll make a line over there. Well, that doesn't work because then you've left over Zayin and Chet, 2 psukim left from that section. You cannot leave out only 1 to 2 psukim at the end of a section. The least amount you can leave out is 3. So for example, here you could stop the aliyah after pasuk Hey, which will leave you 3. You can stop it after Dalid, which will leave you 4. But there has to be at least 3 psukim left at the end of a section. So we can actually rephrase this rule. At the end of a section, there must be at least 3 psukim left. At the end of a section, there must be at least 3 psukim left. Wherever you divide that aliyah. So if you divide it, wherever you divide your aliyah, there has to be at least 3 psukim left, or more, which is fine. And finally, our last rule is, when you begin a new section, you must read at least 3 psukim from that section. So for example, if you stopped an aliyah, let's say at the end of pasuk Yud, if you stopped the aliyah there, and you started reading from a new section, you have to read at least 3 psukim of a new section or of a new paragraph, right? So not only do you have to read at least 3 psukim total, as soon as you start a new section, you have to read at least 3 psukim from that section. So for example, if you wanted to make an aliyah from pasuk zayin until pasuk yud aleph, so you would say, oh, that's okay, because I've got 4 psukim. Zayin, chet, tet, yud, yud aleph. So you have 5 psukim. That's fine. So that would be okay with rule number 1. It would not work with rule number 3 because you just started a new section. And when you start a new section, you need to read at least 3 aliyot. So again, just to summarize, please write these rules down in your packet. When you're trying to divide those aliyot, rule number 1 you have to follow is that each aliyah needs to be at least 3 psukim long. Number 2, wherever you divide your aliyah, at the end of a section, at the end of a paragraph, call it a section/paragraph, there must be at least 3 psukim left wherever you stop your aliyah. And lastly, when you begin a new section, you must read at least 3 psukim from that section. So keeping these 3 rules in mind, I want you now, you and a partner or you by yourself, to look at these psukim of Rosh Chodesh and make 3 lines, right? Make lines where you think the aliyot should end and see if you got to 4 aliyot, which is what you need to do, and if you followed all 3 of these rules. You're going to try to figure that out because the Gemara then is going to spend some time really trying to examine how it is that we do that. After you spend some time trying to divide these aliyot, you are going to start the next video, which is going to summarize the Gemara for you. While you're summarizing the Gemara, you don't need to put in translations in the bit sheet. Just summarize the Gemara. From that summary, you are going to develop a cartoon explaining the back and forth of that Gemara. Okay, this is now step 1. Step 2 is to divide the aliyot. Step 3 will be to start the summary video.